Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in the fall of 2236 and a half BC. The album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy. Shimmy Shimmy. AF. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, Trisha Paytas. The thing puts the lotion in the basket. It's shaking, bacon, I helped. How are you guys doing today? Oh my Lord. How am I doing? Let me tell you, I'm full. I am full because I did 2 review videos back to back. I am so full, okay? I reviewed the Papa John's pizza bowls, which will be up on my review channel later today. And I also reviewed all of the cookies at Crumble Cookies, including the mystery cookie and the new recipe sugar cookie from Crumble Cookies. I reviewed that as well. That will be on my channel tomorrow. So I am full today. I am not hungry for dinner. I just want to sit and talk about Trisha Paytas. So that's been my day. I've been running around with a friend, and she took me to a bunch of places so that I could get stuff to review. I also got that new Dream Coke. Do you guys, that DreamWorks Coke or whatever, do you guys know what I'm talking about? That'll be up in a couple days over my review channel. So if you don't know, I haven't talked about this in a while, but I have lots of channels, okay? I have lots. I'm thinking about starting another one. I have a review channel where I review food on a daily basis, pretty much. I have a channel called Peterisms where I talk about just like daily meditations and things like that, and my recovery and grief and all that, marriage and all that kind of stuff. I have a booktube channel, which I haven't been posting on very much lately because I haven't been reading lately. What else do I have? Oh, I have my Peter Does Stuff channel, which is kind of like just small little thoughts about my life. And then I have my daily vlog channel, which people say is like a podcast. And I have a really committed audience right now. And it's so exciting and I love it. And I sit on my front porch every day and I talk for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I just absolutely love it. And I feel so blessed and so grateful, especially for that channel. And this is my channel where I get to come and have fun and have my opinion. So thank you for joining me. Every day that I get up, I just feel like it's such a blessing that this is my life. And thank you to those of you out there that watch me regularly and those of you that are just tuning in now. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me, you know. So anyway, and my 7th channel that I might start, no, not really. But I was thinking about it because yesterday I did a video talking about my recovery and sobriety from addiction. And I just love talking about recovery and sobriety. I'm so passionate about it. You guys know that. I love talking about it. And so I did this video yesterday based on questions that I got on my Instagram. And so many people were like, you should start a 7th channel for this. You should start a new channel for this. And I thought, you know what? Like, I could start another channel just talking about addiction and recovery related stuff. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. I feel like that's a lot, but, and you're like, yes, it is a lot. Hell, I might have 25 channels by the end of the year. Who knows? Anyway, so let's get into this video talking about Trisha Paytas. So Trisha Paytas came out a couple days ago, and she did a video called Regrets. At the time that I did my video covering that, the video was sitting at 52,000 views. It's now sitting at about 88,000 views. In the video, she really doesn't address anything except for the fact that she doesn't lie, she changes her mind, okay? And that there's a difference between lying and changing your mind. And she wants you to know she doesn't lie, she changes her mind. So I did that whole video and I covered all of that, right? So then she put out this video yesterday, and the video is called Addressing All the Lies, okay? Not some of them, not 1 or 2 of them, not maybe one I told in 2016, not that one lie that I told in the fall of 2014, but all the lies, addressing all the lies, okay? So she said, that's the title of her video. It's sitting at 77,000 views. Now, I really tried to kind of like gauge people's responses to these videos based on the comments in the comment sections. And one of the things that I said in my last video was that I had always respected Trisha because she never really, that I'm aware of, deletes comments from her videos. Well, I was put into my place real quick, okay? There were so many people in the comment sections, and thank you, I appreciate you for educating me, that said, Trisha deletes comments left and right. And in fact, I had a comment up and she deleted it, and somebody else said that they had a comment up and she deleted it. And it was just like all of these people were saying that they had comments up that were deleted off of Trisha's video. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know what those comments said. I will tell you this, that it is interesting to me, okay? When I go over to Trisha's videos, there aren't very many negative comments. The majority of the comments are, oh my God, you're growing so much as a person. I am so impressed. You're an inspiration to me. You motivate me. You inspire me, and things like that, right? Which I think is great. Congratulations to Trisha on those really nice, pleasant comments. What's surprising to me about that is that anybody that has watched Trisha for any period of time to be that quickly forgiving of any of her past behaviors or what she's done based on one or two videos is interesting to me, okay? And not just based on Trisha Paytas, but I think on anybody on the internet. I don't think that most audiences are that forgiving on a 15-year career of lying on the internet that one or two videos is going to show that much growth. So when I went in and I started reading some more of the comments, what was interesting was a lot of people were saying, I didn't watch you until this year. I didn't watch you until the spring. I didn't watch you until you and Moses got married. But you're such an inspiration, and I thought that's interesting because they've only watched this tail end of Trisha and they don't really know the previous part of all of that, okay? So I went in and I watched this video. I will tell you a lot of the comments on the video, and she does talk about her family channel. A lot of the comments on the video that are still there are begging Trisha to not do this family channel, okay? And I will let you go read the specifics of how they say that, but they're like, please, Trisha, don't do this family channel, don't. They talk about all different kinds of things to do with that, right? So, because she kind of like defends her wanting to do this family channel and what she's going to do and what she's not going to do, and that's part of it, right? Okay. Now, let me tell you, I went in and I watched all 33 minutes of this. I think it's 33 minutes. Is it 33 minutes? 33 minutes and 12 seconds. When I got done with it, I felt like Trisha, who says she doesn't watch drama channels, she doesn't watch TikToks, even though she says in there she went and watched this TikTok of this account called Contradictions of Trisha Paytas. She doesn't watch drama videos, which Trisha has always said for years, I don't watch drama videos about myself, even when drama videos about herself and the titles have been in the background. I myself have had my channel show up on her computer when she is filming videos saying that she doesn't watch drama videos. So we all know that that's a lie, right? Trisha says she doesn't watch drama videos about herself. She doesn't listen to any of the gossip about herself. She doesn't, engage in any of that. Well, then my question to you, Trisha, would be, how do you always know what's going on to address it in these videos? Because she gets in these videos, which are bed vlogs now, and all they really are is they're not talking about regrets like her last video. They're not addressing all the lies. They're not addressing any of the lies, right? What they are is basically her saying, I'm tired of all these people talking about me. Well, how do you know people are talking about you if you're not watching or engaging in people talking about you? You don't. There's no way for you to know that, right? So therefore, that alone has to be a lie. And when I was watching this video, it was interesting because I caught several things that I thought, this is something that I don't hear Trisha say very often, or I haven't heard her say in the past at all. That is a new kind of thought. Where did she get this? And the reason why I thought that was one of the things that she said was something that I had said in my last video. And what I said in my last video was that, Trisha wants to claim that she doesn't lie, that she changes her mind. And I said, there's a difference between changing your mind, and I use this bread analogy at Cheesecake Factory. Go watch my last video if you want to see it. But anyway, I, use this bread analogy. Basically, what I said was, anyway, it doesn't matter. Like if you said, I didn't eat any bread last night, and then you lied about it, okay, whatever. So there's a difference between changing your mind and lying, okay? And she talks all about that. But I said it would be even more understandable if you just got in a video and said, I forgot that I said that. Like, I don't remember saying that. Maybe I did, but I don't remember saying that. Like, I think most of us can say at one time or another, we've said things we don't remember, I think most of us relate to that. So in this video, she says that. She says, hold on, let me refer to my 11-point notes, that at one point, she just there are things that she forgets, that she says, right? That where are my notes? I gotta look at my notes to make sure I get this right. Hold on a second. Well, let me just go through my notes the way that they are written, okay? So she goes in here and she wants people to talk about, she goes and talks about at the beginning of this video that she wants people to talk about her because her job is social media, right? Now, the reason that this is important, and I want to make sure that this is clear, okay, is that she has a lot of comments like this on her video, and I'm just going to read part of this comment. Why are half of you commenting SHI Chut and watching her videos if you hate her so much? You're just as pathetic for taking the time out of your day to knowingly watch and comment on a person's content you don't even like, okay? There were a lot of comments that were similar to this. I understand that point of view. Trisha comes out in her video and she says, I want people to watch me because my job is social media. I want people to talk about me because my job is social media. I'm basically saying, and she's always said this, she's even said this to me on the phone in person, that she wanted me to talk about her because that was my job as a drama channel, okay? She said that to me back in the day. She says in this video, I want people to talk about me because my job is social media. She then goes in to say that she likes the attention. She's always liked the attention. So here you have a person that says that her job is social media and she needs people to be talking to her to drive traffic to her videos. She says this in this video, right? She also says that she likes the attention and she likes the feeling that she gets. And she kind of goes in and says that it's really from like the positive comments and feeling like she's helping people and things like that, right? But I think she's talking about any kind of attention as well. She goes in and talks about this. So this is what's hard for me, is when she does this push-pull kind of thing, where you come out and you say, I want the attention. I want people talking about me because this is my job, and if people are talking about me, then that's going to drive views and subscribers to my channel, which is what we have all been saying forever when all the Trishies Fishies come to our channels and say, no, 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 that's not true. Trisha doesn't do this for the views. Trisha doesn't do this for the attention. Trisha doesn't do this for the subscribers. Go to her video. She says it in her video, okay? She says it clear as day. I want people talking about me because this is my job. My job is social media, right? That's why we're talking about her, because this is her job. And my job is that I'm a drama channel. Now, I know my place, and Trisha Paytas knows her place, and as long as we stay in our places, we're just fine. What happens is, Trisha likes to come out and say, I don't like people talking about me. I don't want people talking about me. But what we know now is, because she said it in this video, she does like people talking about her. So when she comes out and says, I don't want people talking about me, what she's saying is, I'm trying to feed this fuel because nobody's talking about me right now. Go talk about me. So I'm going to go get people drived up to talk about me. See? That's what she's doing. Okay? Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot of math. And this is not the day. Okay? So she goes in to talk about that. Then she talks about the difference in lying and that she never lied. Okay, she never lied about people. But for example, she'd say things like, my dad was really rich and had this huge house and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, you just said that you didn't lie about people, but you did just say that you lied about your dad being really rich. Now, I understand what she's talking about in going into this whole conversation. She's talking about when she's younger, and she's talking about lying and all this kind of stuff. Basically, what she's saying in there, to me, seemed like I was insecure. I didn't feel like I was enough. And she talks about this. She talks about lying as a form of escape. And this is probably one of the most honest moments of the video, you know, but I think for me, and she said this is something I never talked about in therapy. I don't know why not. I think this would be a pretty important topic to talk about in therapy. I mean, if Trisha Paytas isn't talking about her lying in therapy, like, that's like a pretty big, I think, would be a thing, you know, to talk about. And so she says, you know, that she lied about all these things when she was younger and whatever. And I'm like, okay, I get that. Like, you know, so you were insecure, so you lied about who you were as a person because maybe there were things you didn't like about who you were as a person. Maybe there were things that you wished that you were as a person. Maybe you wish your life was different. I understand that. I get that. What a powerful video that would be. Can you imagine that video? Can you imagine a video if Trisha Paytas came out and she called it Addressing My Lies When I Was Younger? And it was her sitting on the bed talking about how she lied when she was like in high school. And she made all these extraordinary lies up because she didn't like who she was. And she, you know, had all these insecurities. And she just wanted to be somebody different. And those lies drove her to her career on YouTube. And she's really had struggle stopping with. I mean, people would like so relate to that and love that. They would be like, this is the Trisha that we want, right? because there's like still a strong part of Trishy's Fishies that are holding out for her to be redeemed, right? But she like takes it right up to the line, and then she just can't, you know? She just can't do it. So she goes on to say that in 2018, she cared about being rich. She goes into this whole thing talking about how she was making $100,000 a month or whatever. And in 2022, her mind is changing because she doesn't care so much about being rich anymore. She doesn't care about what people think about her. Really what she's saying is, in 2018, prior to that, I cared if people, what they thought I had as far as bags, where I lived, my clothing, if people thought I was living this luxurious lifestyle. And in 2022, I don't care, okay? Well, the reason why is because she's in a happy relationship today. And I do believe for Trisha, I know there are a lot of people that don't want to believe this, but it seems to me that Trisha and Moses are happy, okay? And she is about to have a child, which is what Trisha's always wanted. And so I think Trisha has made her life smaller with her mom and her sister. And Trisha is surrounded by the happiness that she wants to have. And when you have that kind of happiness and peace and serenity in your life, you aren't constantly looking for chaos and luxury because you don't have the need for it, right? And so that's kind of what she's saying indirectly, but she doesn't really ever get there. And then she talked about, and I agree with that, like, you know, about the whole idea of that, because she says, you know, that changing your mind is not lying. And when I was in 2018, I had this need for like luxury and lifestyle, wanting to show it off. And I always lived paycheck to paycheck because everything I made, I spent. But in 2022, I don't feel that way. And she goes, that's not a lie. That's changing my mind. I agree with you, Trisha. That's not a lie at all. That is changing your mind. That's called changing perspective. And as we grow older and as we mature as human beings, we change our perspective based on our life experiences, okay? Now, if you need to know my lie, again, analogy, it's kind of like this with the Cheesecake Factory. I guess I will tell it. It's like you went to the Cheesecake Factory last night, you ate brown bread. The next night you come back with your friends and the waitress says to you, do you want more of that brown bread that you ate last night? And you go, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't here last night eating any brown bread. And she looks at you and she goes, well, yes, you were. And you go, no, you weren't. No, I wasn't. That's a lie, okay? That's not changing your mind. Okay? Changing your mind is going to Cheesecake Factory one night and saying, oh my God, I want the brown bread, I love it. And coming back the next night and the waitress saying to you, do you want more of that brown bread you loved? And you go, you know what? I've changed my mind. I like the white bread now. Glamour shots. Okay? That's called changing your mind. I don't know where you don't know the difference between this. But I kept on flashing to this moment in my head where, because I just talked about this in a video, where Trisha said she never came out with this baby named Egypt. She doesn't know where people were talking about that or whatever. And then I had watched that video, and on the clip, it showed her saying, I don't know why people think that I've ever come up with this. It's always people. All the people out there are idiots. You're all idiots. It's all these people that are fulfilled with drama. You guys are caught up with the lies. I don't lie. You're stupid. I'm not stupid. It's always that. It's so condescending and patronizing. And so I kept on thinking about this video clip where Trisha's like sitting there and she's saying, I don't know why you guys are saying that I came up with this baby named Egypt. Like it was like in a live stream. I never came up with that baby named Egypt. And then it flashes to a live stream with her and Moses, and he says, what about the baby named Egypt? And she goes, oh yeah, that's a cute name for a baby name. And he goes, for a girl? And she goes, yeah, for a girl. Okay? And she did have that discussion, and she did think about it, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, this is how Trisha differentiates it, right? Because she says previously in this video, if I'm not lying about anybody, if I'm not throwing anybody under the bus with my lies, and they're not hurtful, then it's not really a lie, okay? But it's not really changing your mind either. It is a lie, okay? It's just your definition of a lie is different than other people's definition of a lie, you know? It's like, I know it's hard for you to get this, Trisha, but it's kind of like when I would have my mom drop me off at the library, you know, and I would tell her I was going to the library, and then my friend would pick me up and we would drive around and drink Boone's Farm and smoke clove cigarettes, you know, and then my friend would drop me off at the library, my mom would pick me up, and my mom would say, did you have a good time? And I'd say, yes, I had a really great time, right? And then later, okay, she'd find out I had never been to the library because I smelled like Strawberry Fields Forever from the Boone's Farm. arm, and my mom, and clove cigarettes, and I wasn't chewing no clove gum, and my mom would say to me, well, you didn't say that you didn't go to the library, and I'd say, well, you didn't ask, and she'd say, well, that's a lie, and I'd say, no, it's not, and she'd say, yeah, it's lying by omission. Okay? So Trisha, I don't know if you don't understand that, but that's a lot of what you do. Now, I can totally understand Trisha forgetting things. She says so much in live streams and videos and tweets and TikToks and everything else. I can totally understand her coming up with something and saying, I don't remember having a conversation with my husband about a baby named Egypt. That makes total sense to me. I can totally understand that. Then just say that, right? And in this video, she kind of does. So at the beginning. Then she talks about the fact that people are fact-checking today, and this is where she does talk about the forgetting things. She says it's not necessarily that she's lying, it's just that she's forgetting things and that she has a bad memory. Okay. That kind of sounds like an Amberlynn Reid thing to me a little bit. Are you watching Amberlynn Reid videos, Trisha? I think you are. Because when I was watching this video, there were so many things that she said, and it's like, there were comments on the video that were like, oh, she obviously was watching Jason Nash, because Jason Nash just came out, and in talking about Trisha Paytas, apparently said something like, she was boring, but in a nice way. And Trisha says in this video, I'm very boring. Like, people don't know me off the internet. I thought, this is so interesting. So she's saying this thing that I said in my video. She's addressing like the Jason Nash comment. She's saying other things that people said in other drama videos. It's like, she acts like she doesn't watch all this, but she obviously very closely does watch all of this. So anyway, then she talks about, hold on a second. She talks about talking to her therapist and taking care of her mental health, right? Well, I think this is her way of addressing that she has continued to be in therapy and work on herself, and I applaud that. I think that's fantastic, and I wish you all the best with that. She talks a lot about that in regards to this family channel. You guys go watch the video, and you can hear what you have to say about that. Okay, then she talks about changing herself spiritually. And this was for me, like, she talks about how she, like, changed herself spiritually, and then she was basically gifted everything that she has in her life today. And I was like thinking to myself, now, was that when you were Wiccan? Was that when you were like buying those Wiccan starter kits off of Amazon and posting them on your Instagram account? Was that when you were Hare Krishna and you were studying Buddhism, and you were gonna go to India and save the children, and you had started your Hare Krishna channel, and all donations were gonna go to your kids that you've still never addressed? But that's apparently not a lie. That's apparently changing your mind. Well, that to me seems like something that you might want to address, okay? Not to mention that I think, like, this is the fine line. It's not necessarily lies. It's issues that you've brought up, okay? It's cosplaying issues that aren't cosplay to people, that are real life issues, that are their spiritual beliefs, that are their mental health issues, that are whatever they're going through in their lives, that to you at times, because we don't know, because you've never talked about it later and addressed it in further videos and talked about it, how it's affecting you today, 6 months or a year later. We don't know if it's still going on for you or whatever. Just one day, it just stopped, right? And so people don't know what to do with that. So I don't know if you call that lying. I don't know if you just call that cherry picking things you want to talk about and apply them to your life. I don't know what that is. But I will tell you what this video seems like to me, and what these videos that she's been doing, this kind of round of addressing all these lies, seems to me. It's what she does is that she picks and chooses what video or what lies she wants to address, okay? If she goes in and she picks and chooses what lies she wants to address, then to her audience that is newer, or to her audience that will always stand by her, that will never go away, it seems like growth, right? I actually Google searched, and I wanted to look up and see if there was like any, thing about, there are countless videos of all the lies that Trisha Paytas has told. I know, like, on Twitter, there was like a list that somebody put up, whatever, right? If Trisha wants to address all of those, if Trisha wants to address all of the different communities that she's hurt, and I always get comments on my videos and people are like, well, why does she need to do that? She doesn't need to do that. She doesn't have to grow as a human being at all. She can do exactly what she wants to do. She can continue to troll every single day for the rest of her life. She can grow as a human being. She can be she can do ASMR. I don't really care, okay? She can do whatever she wants to do for the rest of her life. But to improve her career, if she wants to win some of those people back, And she wants some of those people to go, ah, this is a new Trisha, okay? This is a Trisha that's taking accountability for her actions. She is at some point going to have to address those people that she has offended in the past, those communities of people that she has offended and never addressed further down the road, that she just threw this stuff out there, you know? And it's just, she's going to have to do that at some point, or she's never going to regain the following that she has. I don't know that she really cares at this point. You know, she said in this video that she doesn't care that she's making the kind of money that she was making in 2018. I have to believe that Trisha is still making very, very good money on her YouTube, on her OnlyFans, on sponsorships, on things like that. I think that and her ASMR channel is doing very well. I think that Trisha's probably making good money, sustainable money. I think one of the things that YouTubers have learned in the last 2 to 3 years is, I think like James Charles with all of his scandals, Manny, Laura, Jeffree Star, even all these people with all their scandals. I'm sure Shane Dawson, Trisha Paytas, you know, Toddy Westbrook, all these people that have gone through this stuff is, maybe I don't need to make as much money as I was making. Maybe it's not this race for this fortune. Maybe I can accept my life on a lot less, but they're still making really good money, you know? There were so many comments on this video that people said, Trisha, $100,000 a year, that's like twice plus more than I make in a year, right? And so it's like, and she said, well, I've been making more than that. I've been making more than $100,000 a month since I was 24 years old. It's like, I think there's like this lack of reality for a lot of these YouTubers, you know, of what that looked like. So they can take a step back and make less money and be in more control of their life. I don't know. I think Trisha wants people to think that she's changing. And I say this a lot in my videos, okay? Trisha wants people to, it was interesting because I was watching something the other day. I can't remember what I was watching, but the comment was, somebody said that if you want people to not catch you in your lies, just don't lie. And I was like, oh my God, like, talk about a profound statement, right? And it wasn't a comment on my video, I don't think, but it was something that somebody said, you know, but like, I've always said this in my videos, you know, if you want people to see that you're really changing and growing, really change and grow. Like if you want people to see that you're really taking action and being accountable for your past, take action and be accountable for your past. One of the reasons why I can sit in a video and say that I think that Manny and Laura have changed, okay, is because they've shown that by their actions, by the things that they've done. They've stayed out of drama. They've started a podcast. You know, they've really done their own thing. They've been around their families. They've stayed with their own friend unit and things like that, you know? So it's like they've really shown that by their actions. If you want to show people that you are changing and growing, you know, it's always like, what do I need to do to make it look that way? That's always what it is, right? It's always like, what apology can I write? What apology video can I do? What gray sweatshirt can I wear? You know, what can I say to do to make it look a certain way? And I think that if any of these influencers have learned anything, what they've learned is that there's nothing that you can really do to make it look a certain way. Yes, there will always be a percentage of people out there that your diehard fans or people that are naive or gullible that will watch it and go, oh my God, you've changed so much, right? That will love it and they will believe it and they're right there for it. But there's going to be a lot more people out there that are pretty savvy that are looking at it going, meh, I don't know, right? Like I'm gonna stay tuned and I'll keep one foot in, but I'm gonna watch this very closely. And when you go right back to how you were before, they're right there to catch it. So if you really want to show people that you're changing and growing, you really have to change and grow, you know? So if Trisha really wants to show people that she's changing and growing, she's going to have to really change and grow. Has she done that in some ways? I believe she has in some ways. She isn't getting on Twitter into Twitter drama. She isn't going after people as much anymore. You know, there's been some opportunities where she could have lashed back at other people that she hasn't. I think that's an improvement. I do think that she wants to be a better person for her husband and for her child. I do believe that. I do. I hope, you know, because like I said, you know, I want to believe in the best of people. I really do, you know, and, but I think that if you're really going to change and grow as a person, you really have to do the work and you have to show people that you've changed and grown by the actions that you're doing for yourself. Okay. And I want to make this clear because I said this, but do it for you. Don't do it for the audience, right? Do it because, and I'm not just speaking to Trisha, I'm speaking to anybody out there. Do it because you want to change and grow. Do it because you want to wake up every morning as a better version of yourself. Do it because you want to have the best life possible. Do it because you want to live happy, joyous, and free. Don't just do it to impress a bunch of people and change their opinion, because you know what? There's always going to be people out there that don't like you or don't believe you, right? So do it for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one that matters. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.